Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. This is a bit of a different one, and I showed my face for the first time in a while. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about it, but yes, I'm still alive. My voice is still here, my face is still here, and I wanted to make a video about this because this is Gen G. This is the best team in North Korea right now. Phenomenal players. Chovy playing First Strike Sylas. I read the comments and everyone's saying everyone still play Conqueror Sylas. That's not exactly true. We got Chovy, the #1 player in Korea, #1 in the LCK, playing First Strike Sylas against Seraphine, which makes almost no sense because Seraphine just would constantly proc your first strike. But here we are, and they do pretty well, so we're going to check it out. He starts Doran's Shield as a first item, which I find honestly very smart. Against a really annoying poke lane, he's going first strike, and as you can see kind of right here, he's going resolve secondary, which means I think in the runes he was going second wind and unflinching for extra tenacity, or as I like to say, tenacity.
You become actually quite hard to duel with, especially with the lockdown that you have available.
But I love First Strike with Sylas. I think it's his best keystone right now. I think Conqueror's good, but I think First Strike's honestly better, even in matchups like these. And apparently the #1 Sylas player in Korea thinks that as well.
And expecting to see him just flash on top of any target at a given point.
Looking at the team comp, Sylas has a pretty good array of ults to steal, Seraphine especially. And it looks like he's actually running Minion Dematerializer, and he's rocking the Prestige Project skin, so that's expected from a pro player. Is this the highest quality?
There is going to be a ton of damage here from the Gwen, from the Aphelios, and you know, very short range. You have, I mean, I suppose you have Ruler on Lucian. He proved that he can scale himself, as this is an extremely cute play from Peanut. Avoids
He's a level down. Okay, never mind. He's level 4, but they get her flash out. That's pretty good.
Very simple, just showing his face in mid lane.
He's probably going to be behind in CS all game. Right now it's 25 to 21. It'll probably stay that way. But as long as he's like getting XP and stuff like that, it should be okay. And obviously that Minion Dematerializer was a good idea, because otherwise it would be really hard to get CS without that. Makes getting that last hit a little easier. He's already used 2 of 3.
Especially once this wave is going to be clear, it's going to be very hard for Deft and Beryl to match, and a single bubble is going to mean a decimation, unfortunately, for the DRX bot side. As I'm glad you pointed it out, because it's not just the QSS stacks, it's also overall the composition.
I mean, he has TP. He's definitely struggling. He's low on health and mana, so he's probably just gonna recall TP. I'm assuming he's gonna get a Doran's Ring, maybe a Dark Seal, but Doran's Ring, Doran's Shield goes hand in hand together.
They do have a lot of power themselves.
Oh no, he's going Amplifying Tome and Ruby Crystal. He's just building straight into his item. He's probably gonna go Everfrost still.
I feel like the tools for Gen G will kind of diminish as the game progresses, and it will become a lot harder for them to really deal with what DRX have here. As Peanut, he just wants the full clear. He just wants to hit 6 ASAP, so not expecting to see any action.
I hope they show how much extra gold and damage he does from First Strike at some point in the game. I'd be really interested.
And now he's going to hit 6, and then he's going to flash on Zeka and get first blood.
Yep.
That's the play, guys.
Yep.
I'm just letting you know. It's going to happen in about 2 minutes, and that's, you know, I don't come from the future. That's just what I saw here on the script. But yeah,
I mean, it makes sense. What the casters are saying is that they got Seraphine's flash in the early game, so once Skarner gets level 6, he's just going to run up mid and ult Zeka, Seraphine. Skarner will, to just get the first blood, which is pretty true. But Peanut's still level 4. Her flash might be up till then. And she rushed anti-heal against him, which is pretty funny.
In order to pull that off.
Free 15 gold for Pioshik. As Yeah.
So you gotta wait until this outer circle comes in. And
Wait, what? I even know that. Does a pro, the best pro player on Korea, not even know that you have to wait a little bit before you can use the Skarner totem again? That was kind of funny.
They see each other, bit of a 3v3 on the bottom side. Ruler is gonna get Gravitum down. That's a handshake back.
He's got to use cleanse here if he's gonna live.
He
He's just dead.
And he's just perma-slowed. Ruler can't get away. It's
He's not gonna use
blood.
cleanse. He's already dead.
Given over to Deft on the Aphelios. That is massive. As at least Peanut is able to pick up the Rift Skeller at least.
So I haven't seen this game yet. I'm really hoping that Genji wins this with Sylas. Otherwise that would be very awkward. But so far they're losing. I was hoping this would make Sylas look good. Okay, also I want to point out, he's putting points into his Q, which is smart. I expect him to probably put 3 points into Q, then the rest into W. So the anti-heal kind of is pointless if he's going Q max. So, smart move by Chovy. Oh no, he put a 4th point into Q. Okay, he's putting 5 points into Q and then W. That's interesting. So he'll probably have to play pretty safe. He's not going to be as aggressive as you normally would with Sylas. Wait, I'm so confused. DRX got first blood, killing the ADC, but somehow Genji just got the dragon, even though they probably had dragon prio since they were outnumbered. How did they do that? Uh-oh. I don't think he needed the...
It was only Barrel that was coming up.
Yeah, it was just Barrel. Oh.
Not going to do much except clear the wave.
Oh man, that was disgusting to watch. First him flashing a play that didn't even need to be flashed, and then him whiffing an ulti not hitting either of them. Okay. Okay, the good news is 78 CS to 79. He did really well catching back up, and he actually has the most CS on his team. So that's good. This is really interesting though. How did DRX got a kill on Lucian? They had prio to get dragon, yet they lost it. They're pretty healthy too. Right after this play, they could have gone for dragon. I'm so confused how they didn't.
Uh-oh, Barrel is all alone. Really nice handshake. Is going to be pretty. And
Genji is now getting Rift Herald. I mean, DRX got first blood, but Genji is just destroying them in objectives right now.
Looks like maybe Koshi can get here on time.
To be fair, Doran in the top lane has prio over Kingen. So that makes sense for the Rift Herald at least. He's pushing Gwen into tower, so they're able to get that pretty safely. But the Dragon I really don't understand. And they're still at a deficit for the gold, but having Dragon and Rift Herald is a pretty big deal.
As Wave stacked here, very unfortunate position for Deft and Barrel. They need to get the clear, but they're not getting it.
Oh man, I mean, what do you do here?
Who should I select?
What do you do? I don't know why Def didn't take cleanse.
It's not Cho'Gath. He doesn't make the nom.
I'm so confused why Aphelios Def would not take cleanse against Anami, Skarner, Gnar, Sylas, who could steal. Was heal really a better play there? I mean, there's nothing he can do when Skarner just flash ults him. And now they just lost the gold lead that they have by 400. Genji's winning. I wish there was more to say about the Sylas, but he's just power farming. 96 CS. He's power farming very well, but nothing really exciting going on there. I mean, when you go Q-Max, you have to play pretty boring and scared. He's obviously just going to play defensive. Predator, Skarner, Chilling Smite. What do you do against that?
He's basically just calling the whole play, saying, "Okay, run in. I'm running down to the bottom side."
I may be wrong.
Pretty straightforward, very telegraphed, as you.
But does Cleanse not? Yeah. Does Cleanse stop Skarner's ulti? I know Cleanse does not stop Malzahar's ulti, so I might be wrong in that sense.
He's definitely not Scuttlecrab either.
But if I'm not wrong, then it was really not smart of him not to take Cleanse.
Although I could see how you would confuse them, you know, if Scuttlecrab had a stinger, but
I'm hoping he'll at least build a QSS some point in the game then, because it would be very unwise not to.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm not gonna give you my
No, I
little
wanna hear it. What do you have to
anymore.
say?
No, it's not happening, Valvis.
Do you know what?
It should have not been offended on behalf
I'm sorry.
of Skarner. No. So
I'm sorry.
the voice, that's, if I remember correctly, Seraphine's like thing that she's standing on, and the voice that she is in touch with is made from, I don't know the exact specifications of it.
Doran walking up really far. Lisa's just gonna kick him. He's got flash.
In the thick of things, he is going to flash away. He's got Meganar here.
He's about to get Meganar. Just flash out. Just flash out.
As he used it in the lane, there's the wallop. He's trying to get away.
Did he?
Here,
Wait,
but
he
it's not
flashed.
quite
When did he
enough
flash?
damage.
Okay, he's
Second
dead anyways. I guess he
wallop
used
in the
flash.
lane,
I didn't even
definitely
recognize it.
Unfortunately, they might just use this down in the bottom side again. Peanut
Okay,
is
Ruler
here.
just
He's looking for that
instantly
play. He doesn't have
killing
flash, so he'll just
Renata.
accept the kill onto
I have
the
no
barrel
idea how this
and
bot
say,
lane
well, we can take down the
became
turret
like this with
all
with
five
Aphelios
kills.
getting first blood.
Instead, no
How did
reason
this
to try to
happen?
die for death.
Yeah, and Doran dying there is very unfortunate, but also doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Because
Right.
they get
So the casters are basically saying, yeah, Doran died, but who cares? Because they just won bot side so hard that it's fair. Obviously, Peanut was hovering bot side. I mean, you gotta lose something, but that's so worth. Ooh, some good damage. Hopefully, some good gold from first strike. Sylas finally making moves.
Kind of question DRX's call to play heavily towards this.
Once again, they're just getting another dragon. I mean, they're just winning this macro so hard. It's 2-2, but they have a 2,000 gold lead, 2 dragons, and a Rift Herald.
And it becomes very hard.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. Like,
pick up here. That in of itself isn't really going to stand up to
what did he? Am I stupid? I'm not noticing him flash at all.
Can you imagine that Kingen maybe was calling Koshik up? He's like, okay, he doesn't have his Gnar available, but this also.
Oof. They actually got Aphelios' flash right there. I didn't even recognize that. They got Aphelios' flash.
Right? So it's almost
Otherwise,
like
he probably would have died
kinda
too.
let it happen, as you were mentioning,
Man, this
play
Skarner
around
pick
and
is just
off
so
the keeping Koshik
unfair.
to play
What do
around
you
this
do
kind of
against
thing.
that?
And I mean, it's Skarner, you know, like there's not a lot of summoners bot. You just gank there. You just got to kill. You can follow up with your Predator. You can dive. You can drop the Rift Herald down there. There's a lot of
Right,
stuff you can
even the
do.
casters are saying it's so easy with Skarner.
Aphelios and Renata very vulnerable, but DRX kind of, you know, as you mentioned, they're just like, yeah, that's going to happen, and there's nothing we can do about it, so good luck. And now there's no turret. There's also even nearly 2 plates taken on the top side by Doran, so he's doing just fine, even though he died. Doesn't really matter. And now Gen G they have a vice grip on this game currently because they did need to get ahead with this comp, but if they do get ahead, it is quite
It's
impressive.
also interesting because
you see
normally
champions
Aphelios players
only
goes fleet
press
footwork,
your
but
buttons
Deftwind
and
press the
you
attack.
just kill them.
And wow,
Slash
Lucian is becoming
flashes
such a
in,
pick.
and
I've been watching a lot of
yeah,
pro play, especially in
you get the kill
Korea,
barrel.
because my sleep schedule's awful.
Definitely worth
Obviously, I'm recording this at
coming down
3 a.m. my time.
And
But
not sure if we're gonna
Lucian
be
is becoming such a
putting
powerful pick,
effort
and it really
towards
shows
a
right here
Herald play, spawning in
how much
40
better of an
seconds.
ADC he is compared to
Definitely
Aphelios.
sideways are still very relevant, guys. 40 minutes into the game. But we're fighting, I guess.
DRX actually doing something
Yeah, that's,
for once, and it amounting to nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
that-
what was that
that's Skarner
ult?
with
You
Ken's
barely even got Skarner's shield out.
You're not really gonna do much against that. Here we go. Now we have the roots coming down. The
Okay,
front
Sylas
is
has got the
going
Lee
to
Sin
come,
ulti.
but the front line
Use
is
the...
huge. Berserk
Ooh,
comes
he
out
flashed
on
in.
the tidal wave.
The
It's
flash was
even
completely
bigger.
pointless
Massive
because
Infernum
he...
doesn't hit that
I'm sure he
backline.
was expecting to do a
Quite
flash
squishy.
kick, but it doesn't even matter because Skarner ulted the target anyways. It's 1-for-1 at the end of the day.
Traded to each AD carry on both sides.
Aphelios got a kill and
Skarner
Lucian got a
making sure
kill.
he gets that pesky
This was a waste of a
Seraphine
flash by Sylas, but it was probably
drags
some
her back, and
miscommunication.
This is one of the issues that you actually do run into as the Seraphine, is that if your beat drop does not take care of Peanut,
But a support
he
dying
can
for a mid
actually
dying is always
send
worth.
predators at you and you die. There isn't really a lot to be done about it. Now, on the flip side, DRX is able to actually get themselves the scuttle here, but they might be forced to... obviously already gave up a kill.
I mean, they're just destroying them macro-wise. And not even that, but a Sylas is out-CSing a Seraphine. I don't even know how that's possible.
It made a lot of sense.
Everyone's winning in CS. Even Doran in the top lane, who's 0-1, is somehow beating Gwen, who's 1-0.
But
these
overall,
kill
I
leads
love
mean
what Gen G
absolutely
showed.
nothing,
He
because
brought
obviously Gen G is
so
just the
much
better team
pressure. Even
in
that
every
that
lane.
death that he got, like it was a
In
good
every
death.
single
It
lane.
wasn't a bad one. He was able to ensure that Piosik was topside, and as a result is also able to. And I mean, it's in an ideal world,
2 towers
fade
to
out that
0
tank
now.
and then not die. But overall, Gen G is making very good use of the pressure, and every lane is kind of winning. And if every lane's winning and the jungler is making plays,
It's hilarious. The casters are saying exactly what I'm saying. Every lane is just winning.
Take another look here at this fight and how it begins.
So yeah, we see Chovy, Sylas taking the Lee Sin ult. He's going to do some play here. Goes in, Zhonya's though, really early. And he flash ulties, but it just doesn't even matter because Skarner's ultied her, so it doesn't even look like Sylas did anything.
The only unfortunate thing there is that Daft is positioning very carefully.
And this is
so he's not
why
only able to take
a lot of people
hits,
say,
but
why don't you play
also stay
Everfrost?
without
This
range.
is exactly the reason why. You only ever play Everfrost Sylas in pro play because your teammates are actually competent. You can actually rely on your team to do damage. Sylas is an amazing team player, but in solo queue, unless you have a duo partner, you're not going to be able to do plays like this. Your team is just going to look at you like an idiot.
Yeah, that's very good.
I believe Everfrost Sylas can only ever be played in pro play, never solo queue. If you played in solo queue, you're inting.
Level 9 does have a fair amount of gold and a lot of support around him, but it's a lot harder than last time.
So DRX actually got the Rift Herald this time. Let's see if they make a play with it. Chovy's in the back. Let's see what ulti he steals. He already got cancelled with his first strike because Gwen struck him. So there's Armooon doing absolutely nothing. I'm looking at Chovy taking the Seraphine ulti, hitting 2 people. Beautiful. He's a little low. Honestly, if he had first strike there, he probably would have killed Death, looking at his health. In the end, it's a 0 for 0, but Gen G is pushing them back. Once again, I mean, they're just winning macro-wise. They're going to take... It was a 0 for 0, but they're going to take the dragon. And honestly, Chovy did a really good job pushing them into one place.
They get the soul point at 18 minutes into the game. After the first Drake was taken, they mentioned, you know what would be nice? An early Drake win condition, or an early soul rather win condition for Gen G. And right now, they're sitting on 3 Drakes. Their most important member is monstrously fed. And I'd argue,
Looking at Chovy in that corner.
to actually hit him. And still,
Okay, they actually killed Renata. I didn't even notice that. But he was able to solo Deft and Zeka, put him in one corner, literally rendering him useless. Uh-oh, this is not looking good. Imagine 1v1ing a Gwen. Awful. Imagine 1v1ing a Gwen with Riftmaker.
Will be able to survive and eventually pick up a solo kill himself.
It's 4-4, but Gen G has a 4K gold lead.
Very unfortunate. Going really deep, if you do get that kill, your 1v1 becomes a lot easier, but if you lose that kill, then DRX get a different anchor point of this game, right? A fed Gwen in a side lane can be really hard to deal with, even if you do have Peanut, because it still requires you to actually respond.
Sylas is 0-2, 150 gold bounty. He's almost beating Gwen 50 CS. My goodness.
In this game, but you're gonna have to do that like 2 or 3 more times. For it to really
Yeah, this
be
was an
solid. And I think
awful
that-
idea.
yeah,
I mean,
Doran's
sure,
value
you're doing damage, but you're 1v1ing a Gwen with Conqueror, Riftmaker, and
and him
ult.
having Mega, he had an angle, but it's Gwen with Riftmaker. So
Even the casters are saying it's Gwen with Riftmaker. What are you thinking?
Meanwhile, in live, Ruler just double kills them. He just
Wait,
takes
what just happened?
lives. I mean, he didn't even have to flash. Peanut still has Impale. He just took 2 kills by himself, alone.
Yeah.
And now that is going to be Baron at 20 minutes and a half
What?
into this game.
and we can safely
There was
say,
that sign that said Ruler rules. I mean, it's very on point.
yeah, we can safely say now, Valdez, that the trait Seraphine for Lucian does not work against Gen G. That is the lesson that we're learning here. It's not
Gen
even
G is
a
just
Seraphine
wiping them.
part
No
of
wonder
it.
they're #1 in
Makes
Korea right
no
now.
sense, but
Their macro
you know
play
you're
is
gonna take a
insane.
Lucian.
They don't even have to team fight. They just win anyways.
Don't do that. Don't give Ruler Lucian.
Oh my gosh, Ruler just double kills the bot lane at their own tower like it's nothing.
There wasn't even anyone else involved. It was just him.
Oh my god. I don't know if Lucian's broken or Ruler is broken, but looks like Chovy's getting caught out here. Had to use his flash, doesn't have ulti. But they end up killing Pioshik anyways.
Okay, actually gonna get enough damage to take him down. Looks like maybe smote him there at the very end.
Sylas is just the bait this game. Honestly, Ruler is the carry. Sylas is just the bait. Everyone's going for Sylas, and he just uses Zhonya's and flash and baits them into the game. It's hilarious. But like I said, that's how Sylas is meant to be played like that in pro play. He's not a carry, not even close. He's a setup. He's a bait. He's the engage.
As now just chipping away at this turret. Gonna take this one down. Doran
And he's split pushing. He's the split push. He's a level above Zeka.
Have an answer. I mean, the wind is totally taken out of their sails by one champion.
Oh no, this one's done. Yeah, this is the nightmare scenario.
Oh my goodness.
And it never ends.
Ruler actually has no chill.
As much as I like enchanters and having a 2-0 Gwen is very nice. Wait, they get a free peanut.
If they killed Skarner, that's good, but...
Wait.
Oh, wow! He actually just shut down Ruler. That's a 1,000 gold bounty to Lee Sin.
With 50 seconds until
I don't even know how that happened. I guess he does a lot of damage, but he's still squishy.
Peanut looking for a bit more, but handshake does come in. Teleport available. And now Gen.G,
His auto attacks. First strike surrender is useless again. He's actually, oh like, he's maxing his W last? He went Q max, E max, W. He really is going utility Sylas. Wow. I have never seen that before. He recalled. He doesn't have TP. Dragon's up in 15 seconds. No Lucian, no Sylas. This is DRX's time to fight. It's a 3v5. They gotta go in now. Why are they not forcing this? Once Lucian and Sylas get there, it's just their free soul. I like this build though. He's going Zhonya's into Banshee's Veil. That way he has armor and magic resist. He's literally not going for damage Sylas at all. I personally don't understand why he went first strike if he was doing this, but I guess anything goes. I'm still surprised he actually went Emax second. That just means he wants a lot of dashes. He's definitely not going to be the damage carry of this team. Lucian is.
You're going to be feeling a lot better about the whole ordeal, but it is a mistake from Gen.G. It happens, but it should not have a really big impact on the game here. As Chovy now back with a...
Stealing the Seraphine ulti, that's pretty obvious. It's the best ulti to steal.
And we have the carpet space. I'd love to know how much damage Chovy has done with first strike, because obviously this is a first strike that you pick for post-laning phase, in addition to picking it because of the burst it provides.
How is it that everything I'm saying, the casters are saying, and I swear to God, I've never seen this before, they literally said they want to see how much damage his first strike has done, because they don't understand it, and neither do I. Honestly, usually first strike you want to be aggressive, you want to do damage, and Chovy's not doing that at all. I really want to know where the first strike value is coming from. That is so funny. Everything I've said to these casters, they've said a moment after I did.
Just give up Peanut. It's like still a minute until the Drake.
Oh, but look at Ruler just getting killed.
They go a little high.
It's funny, they got a kill on Ruler, but it doesn't seem to matter. Aphelios is one item behind Ruler. He's level 14. Oh my god, just... Where's Chovy has done 5,000 damage! He's done no damage this game. He's literally just playing for Ruler. This is why this would never work in solo queue, only ever in pro play. When you have such a good ADC like Ruler, that you do almost the least amount of damage. That's insane. This is a very different playstyle of Sylas than I've ever seen.
Thank you, thus far, we are looking at a 150 gold earned and only 160 extra damage.
It's a 10,000 gold lead in Gen.G's favor. Yes, yet it's only a 2-kill difference. That just shows you that kills don't really matter. What matters is objectives and CSing.
That'd be lovely. I'm always really interested to hear his thought process because he is very deliberate with his rune choices, and The issue, of course, for Sylas is just that him actually starting combat is kind of hard because he's melee, and makes sense that he's not able to proc it as much. As Peanut is running.
Exactly what I'm saying. He went for strike. He's not gonna proc it very much since he's a melee into a range. I said that in the beginning of the game. I was interested to see why he picked that. Maybe he picked the wrong rune or something. I really don't see. I personally would think Conqueror is much better here. In almost every fight, they've just canceled him out. Whether it's from a Renata just auto attacking him, or Zeka, Seraphine. I don't understand the first strike pick. He's phenomenal as a player. He has almost 100 CS more than Seraphine, but
Shyvana?
I could see Shyvana for sure. That's definitely one of the ones I could see.
But it's AP Shyvana, and he's cackling the whole time while playing it.
And emoting non-stop.
Oh yeah.
Out of control.
Dabbing Pingwing the whole time.
Yeah. We're just doing Baron. There is zero vision on the top side of the map here for DRX.
Look at
They see it now. They're down.
this is a free Baron for Gen G.
And they're it's just not really a time.
Level 17 Sylas to level 14 Seraphine.
Continue split pushing bot side. Not really
That's a
much
big
else
deal.
they can do about it.
Key takeaway, again, is that the adaptation from the RX in terms of draft here doesn't really solve a lot of their issues that they had in game number 1. But that's not really what the game is about.
Look at the XP lead. Chovy, he's not the most in damage, but he's the most in XP. Split pushing, catching every wave, being a menace, being an engage. I mean, he probably has more health than Peanut right now on Skarner. He's more of a tank than the actual tanks on his team. And he's 0-0-3, but he's rivaling Ruler for the most amount of gold in this game. That's insane.
There is no outsmarting.
Especially not against Ruler. I mean, this is...
Imagine if Sylas had 7 kills this game, he would be such an insane gold lead.
I forget which team it was, but it left it available. I think it was up against Someone, right? In Home of Life. And they were like, yeah, you can go ahead and take it. And then they almost were able to win. But like, against Ruler, it's not really an option. Like, just don't even consider it.
Every time I've seen Chovy, he's stealing the Seraphine ulti. Every time. Very, very smart pick. He obviously knows his priority as a Sylas player.
So that's one way to kind of push them off of the turret.
Look at him go!
He's going in.
That's Death's flash. It's a flash for a flash, but that's worth it. Big Sylas ulti hitting 3 people. He's really low. Oh wait, this is looking pretty bad for them. But he's just going to recall and TP back. Ruler's still 100 HP. Once again, you're focusing the wrong guy. You're focusing the Sylas. Ruler's in the back with 100% HP. And Sylas is just going to recall and TP back. He's got the Zonias, he's got the flash. I mean, what is this?
It looks like Gen G might have just broke open the base. Down will go the inhibitor. Ruler still frontline.
Taking the Renata ulti. I like it. Interesting pick.
Maybe they will go for more. As they're looking
Oh
for
my
death. That's just gonna be
goodness.
the end of him. No takedown.
They're just gonna win this
for him
game.
either. As now
Zoning out with that.
trying
No one's paying attention to Ruler, the 9-2 ADC, who's one-shotting people in their base.
How is he just four-tapping people? It is just not
I mean,
fair. That is going to be the
this
end
is
of
an interesting
right
game
before
because
30
Sylas
minutes,
carried.
as Ruler
I don't think you guys noticed, but
essentially
Sylas carried that game by not caring. He carried by being the engage, the bait, the focus, and letting Ruler carry. He carried by letting Ruler's Lucian carry. That was just I don't understand the first strike, but God, is he a good Sylas player. He could go any rune. He can go like press the attack Sylas and still do amazing. Guys, the #1 Sylas in Korea. That's how you play. If you guys liked the video, be sure to give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. And I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.